You an addict? Yeah. And what is it you are addicted to? Well, no, 24 shell cases.
Yeah, that was my intro for you.
That's cool. That was
Yeah,
super cool.
yeah, yeah,
Awesome.
yeah. This is on KLA, Cloud the Wanderer, and on a Sunday. I know it's Super Bowl Sunday. I'm not all into that. Maybe catch a little bit of the game, but other than that, I have a lovely guest. Her name is Crystal Garcia, IFBB Pro figure, and she's here to share her story, how she got into bodybuilding. Yeah, nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you. Thanks for having me on here. This is
Yeah,
exciting
thank you for accepting.
for
Yeah,
sure. Sure.
yeah. I seen you on Instagram, and I was like, wow, she look amazing. And
Thank you.
yeah, and I was curious how you got into bodybuilding.
So it's one of those things that has always been in the back of my mind. I've been an athlete my entire life, normal gym goer, volleyball, what have you. But then I turned 30 and I was like, oh shit, this kind of sucks. I was 30, I had 4 kids, and I was ready just to do something different, wanted to challenge myself a little bit.
Oh, I think she blacked out. We could look at some pictures, guys. Till she come back. Yeah. Hey, George, what's going on, man? She blacked out. I got I don't know what happened, but look at some pictures till she come back. Yeah. Yeah, she has an amazing physique. Okay. You okay?
There we go. Sorry
Yeah.
about that.
That's cool.
Hang in there with me. I can see you, but I can't hear you anymore.
You can't hear me?
No. Stand by. Hold on. We'll
Okay.
figure it out.
All right. Oh, you're unmuted. You're muted. You're muted. Leave it alone.
I
Don't.
see you're saying
Yeah.
something, but I can't hear you.
Oh,
There we go.
can you hear me now?
Yeah, sorry about that. I had a call
All
come
right.
in that just messed up everything.
Yeah, that'll happen. Like if you on your phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Sorry. So anyways, I'm turned 30. I've got 4 kids. I just wanted something different. I was I'll paint you a picture. I was kind of this really skinny girl
right.
with big boobs, and that was it. I had no shape, nothing. So I hired a coach, hired my first coach, and that was an interesting experience. It was okay. He just kind of turned me into this really fit girl, but I wanted more. So at the time, actually, my husband was coaching, fairly new, and he was begging me, just let me do it. Let me do it. So I gave him, like, okay, do it. So he took the reins. He did all of my programming, all of my dieting, everything. And then I did my first show in September of 21. Nervous as all hell. I didn't know what to expect. I'd never even been to a show. I just knew that I loved the glam. I loved the gym, all the components of it. Ended up winning the overall. Super cool. So I'm like, wow, I really love this, and I think I might be kind of good at it. So we did another one, and again, won the overall. I did Tahoe the following August 22, won the overall. And my judges' feedback was like, hey, you have a really strong physique. Go to nationals, see what that's like. I don't really know what that means, but okay. So we got on a plane, flew over to Florida, December of 23. And I ended up winning first in my class out of 16, that's when I was like, wow, this is amazing. I love this. You meet cool people. The community is super supportive. That was where I was really locked in on, okay, we're going to do something with this. We're going to keep going. So now I've got a new coach. We decided he just wants to be husband and supportive and training partner and let someone else deal with my ass. So now I'm with Shane Hughley. I've been with him a couple years. He put me through my first pro show in Arizona, second one in Legion. And now we're 16 weeks out from Legion Sports Fest, June 1st. We're going to do it again.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. What was that feeling like when you got your pro card?
You know, it's funny. I look back at the video and I'm so focused that I have no emotion. Inside, I had a ton, but once I hit the stage, it's on. That's where I'm working. I'm dialed in. It's my absolutely favorite part, those first few steps from backstage to on stage. So you play the part, you smile, you do all the things. It's exhilarating. But once I won and they said my name, the camera kind of zooms in on me and I'm just stoic. Okay. I'm like, another box is checked. Here we go.
Yeah.
I
So
haven't had a moment yet to kind of like feel it on stage and show the emotion. I'm pretty dialed in, regimented person. So it's just work. I'm busy.
yeah, like I was saying, you have a nice physique. I mean, why you? What was it? What's the reason why you chose figure?
So it's the one that called to me. I wanted something more muscular than bikini. That's never really been anything that drew me. I don't particularly care for the posing. It's beautiful in its own way, but it's not me.
Right.
And wellness, when I started, wellness was still relatively new and it still just didn't pull me in. So for me, it was a no-brainer. Figure, we still get to wear the heels. It's a more muscular division. I genetically, that has been a little easier for me to build muscle up top. So it was a good fit. It was an easy choice. I have my days where physique looks like a lot of fun because you get a
Yeah.
minute routine and do some different things. So we'll see. I don't know what's in the cards there, but that was a no-brainer. Figure was
Yeah.
it was made for me.
Yeah, I'm not no expert, like that, but you seem like you would look good in women's physique also. So
We'll see.
yeah,
I haven't taken it too seriously, but I think it would be fun to give it a whirl once I put on a little more size and see how we can
yeah,
do. Why not, right?
yeah. Hello, all the rage George Page. Hello, folks, and he says, "Wish the best in your bodybuilding journey.
Oh,
Give give a bit." And he says, "Catch your folks later." All right, George. Yeah,
thanks,
George. He
George.
makes make video. I mean, he talks with female bodybuilders and he discuss about bodybuilding. Yeah,
Cool.
like what's it like competing against these women in figure?
So there's a couple women that I've always looked up to. And this is a moment in my career I don't think I'll ever forget. I'm at Legion Sports Fest, and on the left side of me is Shanice Abrams. She's just incredible. And on the right side is Rhea Gale, and they both have these beautiful backs with width. I'm pretty sure they lost their waist a few years ago.
Right.
They're dense and beautiful. They're just women that I've looked at forever. And I'm in the middle of them. So I'm like, I told Shanice, I am not cool enough for this. This is a huge moment. You guys are amazing. And next thing I know, I'm on stage with these women. So that first year for me was really about accepting the fact and believing that I belong. I get to be there too. I earned it just like they did. Because for me, there's such a differential between these guys and the little old me newbie on the bottom, right?
Right.
That was a cool feeling to get to be doing what they do, that I'd been admiring them for so long. That was cool.
Yeah, I know. Miss Olympia Sydney Gillen.
Yeah.
Everybody talks about her and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got to meet her a few times, and she's well spoken. She's so sweet. She wants to share her knowledge. Now I don't think I'll get to be on stage with her, but I was on there with Jessica Padilla, and she's number 2 Olympian. She has been for a few years.
Yeah.
That was another one that I've looked up to. She's incredible. How could you not?
Yeah.
So I was on stage with her and I was like, wow, this is real. I'm here. So that was a cool experience, just really getting to be doing the same thing with people that I've seen so much better than me for so long.
Yeah, I like the figure division. I like how you women have the muscularity and the femininity and stuff, and you guys like walk around with the heels and stuff like that. And was like being in them heels like difficult for you? Are you a heels person? No?
I am. Monday through Friday, I'm a Nike girl. But when Saturday night comes around, I like my heels and I like to get dressed up a little bit. Most of the time, I'm in gym clothes. So if we're on date night or we're going out with friends or anywhere that I can get away with it, I've got my heels on.
Yeah, yeah.
So that was comfortable. I like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I see you getting your poses. Like, was that hard for you at the beginning when you first started?
Yeah. Yeah. So a lat spread, I think for anybody, but especially for women, it's pretty tricky to be able to connect with them. That one took some time. And I'm still working on it, actually. That's something that's always evolving as your physique changes and you get better connection, different angles. But yeah, I used to say that posing is my kryptonite. The gym is easy. I love the lifting. Even the diet's relatively easy, but posing is underestimated. It's incredibly hard.
Yeah, so I hear like the posing is really tough. I think that's what makes it the sport. You got to get your posing right. If you don't get your posing right, it doesn't matter if you have a nice physique or anything like that.
Bingo.
So,
Well, it can ruin it. We spend all year training and dieting and doing all these things, and you have 30 seconds more or less to showcase it correctly. And if you don't, you kind of just beat yourself, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I actually start this Thursday with a new posing coach, and she's the best in the business. KJ Center Stage is about as good as it gets. I'm pretty excited for that. I'm a little nervous, but I'm really excited.
Okay. All right. So, do you have like any plans for 2025 with the shows or anything like that?
Yeah, so Shane and I are approaching it really strategically. So I don't know any more than I think we're looking at maybe 4 or 5 shows. I don't think international is on the table this year. I think we're going to stay in the States, but so far, and actually you're hearing it first, aside from my close friends and family, Legion Sports Fest is going to be our launch this year.
Okay. I wish you good luck.
Thank you.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Like, when your husband was coaching you, how was it? Like, how was that relationship?
It worked really well for us. I think it's one of those things, either it really works or it really doesn't.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty easy, I think. You tell me what to do and I'll do it. I prefer that. I'm more of okay, I've had the same training program for 2 years and I still look at it every day just to make sure I'm checking all the boxes. So for us, it was pretty easy. You flip the switch, right? Right now, we're husband and wife. I'm being a little emotional. I need you to encourage me. And then we flip it the other way. And I'm hungry, I'm tired, and I need you to tell me to buck up. And this is what you signed up for.
Yeah.
So it did. It worked really well for us. There was one time we joke about this. It's pretty funny. I sized him up. I really, really, really wanted a peanut butter and jelly. It was not on meal plan. I was having a bad day. And I'm like, damn, I just want that peanut butter and jelly. And this dude, he stood in front of the cabinet. And I remember this moment. I stood back and I looked at him. And I was like, I'm pretty sure I could take this guy right now. I really want that peanut butter and jelly.
Is this him or is this
Yes, that is him. That's my hubby. Yeah.
Oh, he's the handsome guy. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a pivotal moment. That's when he was kind of like, I don't think I want her to be my problem anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that dynamic always. I mean, there's competitors. They do have that coach and husband and wife dynamic, but I know that can be challenging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think for us, it did. It worked, and I could even go back to it. But the most beautiful thing is when he's at the shows and when he's there, he's always stressed. This man knows my body better than I do, but he needs to be there and just enjoy it with me. We're just kind of along for the ride together. He's not coming at it from a coaching standpoint as much as he can. He can't help himself sometimes.
And does he compete also?
Okay. He's been off for a few years. We've been building some businesses and doing some other things in life. So he's heading that while I'm still competing. But I think the next couple of years, he's starting the itch is there. He's coming back to it.
Okay. Like in terms like outside of bodybuilding, what do you do like with your business?
So he's working on getting a contractor's license.
Okay.
He's been working on taking over a sheet metal contracting business, some metal roofing and gutters. I do the books for that. We both do our online and bodybuilding coaching. That's been our bread and butter for a while. So that's kind of where my energy has been. But I say he's my sugar daddy so that I can still do this. That's his role now.
Yeah. Like in the like in the gym, like how long do you like work out?
So I'm there 6 days a week, usually minimum of an hour and a half. My leg days they're juicy, so that takes me about 215, 220.
Oh, you have like a favorite workout? Like any body parts you like the most, the
You know,
best?
it changes. I used to love back day, and now it's my least favorite. So shoulders currently is I look forward to that. It's
Uh,
relatively easy. It's not these huge movements like a leg day. It's all very skilled, but it's not as technical as back day. I just get to go in and enjoy it. So that's top of the list, hands down, right now.
yeah. That's cool. That's cool. Like yeah, I mean, like I know the back is like the most important thing that you want to work on and stuff like that. Yeah, you're
Yep.
not too crazy about legs, are you?
I don't mind it. It used to be my least favorite because it
Yeah,
broke me off for a few days. So we worked through that. Now I like it, especially if I'm having an emotional day or there's some stressful things going on. You just work. Put the heavy weight on and move the weight, and that feels good. I like feeling fatigued at the end of my workout and the sweat and all the work that comes with it. That's pretty powerful. So I do. I like my leg day, but
yeah.
it's intense too.
Yeah. Like you said, you have a nice physique. I mean, how do people like look at you? Like, would you say, are you
Difficult for you.
huge? Like,
Yeah, this is hilarious. I get a lot of funny looks. We go to the grocery store, or Costco or something, or Planet Fitness of all places. And people look at me like I'm a freak show, right? They're
yeah,
like, whoa, whoa. And it's usually the sweet little old men that are like, I used to look like that in my day. I bet. Yeah, they're pretty cool.
yeah,
People are, for the most part, positively responding. They're in awe. They think it's cool. They want to know, like, do you CrossFit? They don't understand different modalities and things, so they have all these questions. I've had people ask me if I'm a gymnast or if I'm a bicycle rider, all these different funny
yeah,
things that I'm awful at. But yeah, for the most part, it's a positive response. They're just kind of, it's different. They don't see it very often. To
yeah. I
have a
know.
woman with muscle mass like that it
Yeah,
stands out.
yeah. That I know. Like, cause even where I'm at, New York City, you once in a while I'll see somebody with muscles and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah,
And you
and
notice it, right?
yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, there's times I've seen it. Like, I remember I was in Barnes and Noble, right? And there was this lady. She was huge, and like muscles and stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was at the time I was looking at this workout book, and so she asked me if she could see it. So I asked her like so I gave it to her, and so I asked her like, hey, how long do you work out? Like how many days you work out? I think she said either 6 or 7. I think 6. But I was like, hey, I mean, you look nice, and she was like, thank you. But that was like one of my accounts and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You notice it. It stands out. It's different. Just like
yeah,
anything else, you don't see a lot of it, and then you notice.
yeah.
So where I'm in, we've got, I don't know, 120,000 people. So it's definitely not New York City. And
Mm.
there's a couple other pros in my community, but not muscular women's division. So it definitely definitely gets me some looks.
Are you friends with them, like with the other
Yeah.
bodybuilders?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
that's good.
yeah, a good girlfriend of mine, she's been through this whole journey with me. She just got her pro card in bikini this year. That was really exciting. And then there's a men's physique and a men's classic physique pro. We're all friends.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, but when I first seen you like on Instagram, yeah, I know this is gonna be corny, but you look like you remind me of Wonder Woman and stuff. So, a lot of women they kind of like they like portraying the Wonder Woman thing, the mantle and stuff. But that's what you kind of look like, yeah. So
Hey, I'll take it. Thank you. I have been called
yeah,
worse things, so I'll take that one.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I know people like they really don't, they're not, especially society, they're mean with you women about having muscles and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
then they have like a new division. You know, I know people are not really crazy about it. The fitness model division. You know, some people they look at it as, you know, the other divisions is going to be overlooked, and they're going to focus on that. You know, and so I mean, I look at it as maybe that's a way for people to kind of it opens the door for people to look at bodybuilding, because people kind of disregard it. I don't know. I don't know how long, like you haven't really been following the sport like that, like over the years, before you was
I was more like watching Generation Iron with Arnold 6 years ago or so, but that was really all I knew about it. Who the heck is C-Bum? I knew he was some athlete, but I didn't know what that meant. Right now, he's kind of the face of the sport. Everybody knows who he is.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, the fit model division, I'm there with you. That has ruffled some feathers. It stirred some shit up in the bodybuilding community, for sure.
Yeah, because they look at it as the divisions are evolving, and so like bikini looking like figure looking like women's physique, so when they see that, it's like especially the fans.
It's evolved so much. You look at a figure person now, and some of them are more developed than women's bodybuilder was back in the 80s. That's the name of the game. Everybody wants to be leaner and harder and slightly bigger. We're pushing the limits. I know last year they really tried to reel that in a little bit. The judges were trying to promote more fullness, less striations, less muscle mass, and things like that. I don't know if the fit model came because they just really couldn't do that. That's hard to do. Once it's already been this far, you really can't. So fit model now came out, and it really looks like what bikini originally did.
Yeah.
I think where you start to kind of upset people, I'll be transparent with you. When it first came out, I'm like, well, hang on a minute. We got a new division, but figure wasn't even invited to the Arnold. Yeah. So how are we bringing in more people when there isn't enough room for everybody else? Learning more about it, I understand the goal is to bring some more attention to bodybuilding, which means more money, which means that's better for everybody. There's a piece, it's designed for, average gym goer to be more achievable. And I think that's awesome. You look at some girls that are on a bikini stage, whatever their personal reason is for being there, we don't all know that, but I know that on a stage, it's still a competition, and you'll have some that look like they're just not really ready to be there yet. For fit model, I think it's a great fit. I think the part where you're starting to upset some people, how do you have a professional athlete who is an average gym goer? That's hard to wrap your head around, because they're making professional athletes out of them the first year. But that's just the beginning. It's going to be like bikini. It will keep changing, keep evolving. It's the beginning stages. It's all new. Yeah. More attention for the sport is good for everybody.
Right. Yeah. Some people don't look at it like that. But like as an athlete, like how do you evolve? If I could ask you that question.
Yeah, for sure. So one thing that I implement every single prep is I try to really hone in on one thing and get it absolutely perfect. So this year for me, my off seasons historically have been a little sloppy. It's easy to say, man, I want to go out with my friends. I want to go out to dinner. I want an extra date night, all these things. So overate a little bit. This year, I really try to be more selective with the treats that I want, and the dinners out, and the cocktails and things like that, and stay on plan the rest of the time. Now, coming into a prep setting, I pick something different. Okay, what am I going to do this year that's going to be absolutely perfect, so that each year I'm dialing in more and more and just continuing to be a better athlete. There's still the game of, let's be leaner, let's be harder, let's be fuller, bigger is always there. We're still working on bringing some lacking body parts up. It really is, you hear it a lot in bodybuilding. You're not trying to beat everybody else, you're trying to beat yourself. And I think it takes you a few years to really grasp what that means, but that's 100% what it's about. 100%.
Yeah. Well, we could look at your Instagram and stuff. So, take a trip to your Instagram.
No, it's embarrassing.
Why?
The old stuff.
Why you say that? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you got a nice physique, like I said earlier, Yeah.
Well, thank
Yeah,
you.
so you got two kids. You
I
have
got
like
four kids,
do you have two daughters? Four
four daughters.
kids?
Yep, four little
Oh,
girls,
okay.
15, 10,
Wow.
5, and 6. Yeah.
Wow. Like what do they think about their mother as a bodybuilder?
They love it. They love it. Them being girls, I really tread carefully with the verbiage that I use. We make sure we use a
Yeah.
lot of strong and healthy and confident, things like that. I don't want them to get wrapped up in the critiquing of it all, right? They're already in an age where social media is here and it's too easy to compare and all these unhealthy things that I really try and avoid. None of them have social media. We tiptoe pretty heavily with that. They think it's cool. They tell all their friends, my mom's a professional bodybuilder. They think it's pretty rad.
Yeah.
They've been to a couple shows this year. I plan to take them to more since they're getting a little bit older, and I've learned how to bring them through this process in a healthy way. We just kind of take it as it comes, but so far it's been favorable. They like it. They're proud. Chicken and rice is my 5-year-old's favorite food. She doesn't know any different.
Yeah.
So it's been good. Yeah, it's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
It's our whole family follows it.
Yeah. So like on this, there's a guy like posing with you guys, like on
Yes.
like
Oh,
like
I
what
love
kind
that
of
you
the
brought this
Toho
up.
show? Yeah, like what was this about?
This was the coolest thing, and to date, it's still one of my favorite things I've ever done. So what they did, they took the overall winner from each division and had us compete against each other to win an all expense paid trip to Kazakhstan and compete for a pro card. All the way from, I guess technically it's Nevada, all the way to Kazakhstan. They paid for a hotel, entry fees, flights, everything. And I was just living my best life. Chris Minez was having us do most musculars. This moment where I dropped down to the ground, it was one of those things. I'm going, what the hell am I doing? All right, I'm committed. You got to do it now. But I've never done that in 6-inch heels before. That was fun.
Yeah.
That little clip right there.
Yeah,
This
like
move, it actually came from a joke. It's part of my husband and his best friend, bodybuilding friend's routine. And I would see them posing in the gym and just come up and pose with them. And it ended up just fluently coming out.
Wow. Okay. Who won? Who won that?
I won that too.
Who won
it
that?
Was the coolest thing.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's cool.
That was a cool experience. Yeah, Center Podium Productions are just freaking amazing. This is one of the fun things they do for their athletes. It was super, super cool.
Yeah, that's kind of unusual. Like seeing a guy there. Like, would you want to compete like against a guy like or mixed people like a woman and a guy or something like that?
You know, I don't know how you would judge it, but sure, why not? I've got a love for classic physique. And in my head in this, I'm telling Chris, just put on a 60-second song. I've got a whole routine lined up for you. I love classic physique. But it's a men's division.
Yeah, that's cool.
Hey.
Yeah, I think they got like in some countries, I think somewhere like they starting to do that. Like they have like the transgenders, like they compete against the women or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I did recently see on an NPC stage, they had a transgender on stage in this shot. And I didn't read it. I don't know which way we were going, but it was the first time I'd seen that. I thought, whoa, here it comes. Okay. Yeah. For me, it's not contact sports. So I feel safe. You know, would I ever want to go play football with a bunch of dudes? No. But this, I'm not worried about getting hurt per se.
Yeah.
Ow.
Yeah, this is cool. Like, where were you here? Like on the Coney Island? Not Coney Island.
No, a little far from that. This was my husband and I went to a Sam Hunt concert this summer. So that was fun. We just kind of went out. I had a couple cocktails. We cut loose a little bit. That was fun. This is that balance I was talking about. We figured that out.
Yeah.
That was
fun. Wow, you look really if I seen you in the street, I'll be like looking at you. Do you have like guys kind of like approach you or anything like that, trying to like talk to you?
No, and it's kind of funny to me because I hear the whispers and I see the looks, but But no, I don't get a lot of people come up to me. I do get women. I get older men. But men my age, I actually don't get approached very much.
Yeah. Well, you're married, so I.
Either
Well,
way, exactly. Yeah.
yeah,
But, still, flattery is always great.
yeah. But I mean, you like with the tattoos, like, are they like points away from you, like when you competing with those tattoos?
Sort of. So not directly. They're not going to dock me points for having the tattoos, but the
Yeah.
reality is you see a little less striations. My biceps aren't as cut out on this side. So anytime that I get to showcase my right side, that's what I'm going to do. It's an advantage. A lot of posing is just illusions and hiding weaknesses. So because this is covered, you won't see as much. I'll tend to lean towards the right side.
Okay. Now, was this your coach or your new coach?
No, he owns the gym that I train at. Really cool guy. He's become a friend. He's got a beautiful gym. Big fella.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Like, do you like doing like cardio or anything like that?
Say it again.
Do you like doing cardio? Like
No.
what's like a cardio exercise you like doing?
No, I don't like cardio. I'm 160 pounds. I don't move that swift. But cardio for us, Shane keeps it pretty low intensity. So I'm usually just walking in an incline. We aim to keep my heart rate 115, 120. So it's easy. I set up my walking pad and there's two of my girls, the older two. Yeah, so we cardio at soccer games or in my office. It just goes with me.
Have you planted the seeds with them, like want to do bodybuilding, or they just not?
I think that the younger two are too young. I don't know where they're gonna go. My 10-year-old, she's a pretty avid soccer player, but recently discovered cheerleading. So that's been a passion of hers. The 15-year-old, she likes the lifting of weights. She's really finding that confidence in the gym. And I have to say, I see her being a little bit more intrigued by CrossFit. The competitive piece is there more on a day-to-day basis. So that's kind of where I've seen her lean a little bit. But that's one thing I really didn't want to push them on it. This is what mom does, and this is why, and we live this lifestyle, but it doesn't mean that you have to be. You're still your own person, and you do what drives you.
Yeah, bodybuilding, it's not for everybody. I know I couldn't be a bodybuilder. Like the dieting and the nutrition, like what was like some of the foods that you had to cut that you liked?
So I'm not a big condiment person. I don't eat fried stuff. My diet day to day prior to bodybuilding, it's pretty plain. I don't like sauce. Pretty simple. You put a plate of brownies in front of me and I'll eat the whole thing. I like chewy sweets, ice cream. I'm a junk food junkie. So I've had to get pretty creative to satisfy that when there's not a lot of calories to play with. What was that? I think I just signed my contract for Arizona there. That's what that was.
Okay. Yeah. Are you sponsored or you're not?
Sort of. So my bikinis are sponsored by Raw. I get those covered. And I have a local guy who has sponsored me. I think we're upwards of like $3,500. He's just an old bodybuilder that can't compete anymore. And he's passionate about it. So he sort of lives through me and helps shuttle along my journey. So I've been super, super fortunate for that.
Okay. How far do you see yourself competing?
I've got a handful of years. I turned 36 this year. I try to be realistic about the goals, but then push them to where I think maybe I can't go. And long term, I really, really want to get to the Masters Olympia stage. If I can get to regular Olympia, that's like, whoa, right? I'll come in dead last and I don't give two shits. That's still a win. So one of those, Masters Olympia for sure. I can't qualify for that for another 4 years. So the timing should work out pretty well. If we can slow the aging of everything else, then that's the goal.
Yeah, I mean, usually like the older women, they kind of age gracefully, and with bodybuilding. So I heard the men they fall off when they get older and stuff. So
Well, we've got different aging components. The waist size is something male and female are going to fight with. Women, we tend to have to deal with our skin. Everybody's got loose skin. It's part of aging. But when we
yeah,
have kids and weight fluctuations, hormones, these different things, skin can be a real battle for us. So as long as
yeah,
we can keep that under control, I think I've still got some time. I'm
yeah,
not done yet. In my mind, I
yeah.
finally just accepted that this is what I want to do, and we're going to take it as far as we can.
Yeah. When you first started, like, what was it like? Was it really tough for you, like, to just like be consistent?
No. Nope.
No.
I was so hungry and passionate for it, and the diet change wasn't really huge. I already loved the gym. I was loving it, honestly. It
Mm,
was therapeutic for me at the time. I was in kind of this weird phase of life, so it was a good therapy. It was it probably saved my marriage. It was perfect. Everything about it I loved. I do it again over and over and over.
well, yeah, yeah. I hear a lot of stories with that. Bodybuilding saved their lives.
Yeah.
I'm not a bodybuilder, but I've done. I've worked out, and
Yeah.
but not to that level where it's like go on stage and in front of people and being judged or something like that. It's like it's a different world. Me,
It is.
yeah, I've always kind of admired the women and stuff because I would see them like in the newsstand and I would pick up the magazine. I would
Yeah.
work out, but it just like the women. It was fascinating just seeing muscular women and stuff.
It's different.
Yes,
It's
yeah,
different.
yeah. So yeah, but as a person, like as a regular person, like you really can't showcase that too much because
Yeah.
people they give you looks and stuff. Because I would draw like the bodybuilders also, like like I would go to the library and like I'd be like in front of I would like use a software and I would just draw a bodybuilder and stuff like I liked.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and like every time like people would like look at me, they would look at me like if I had like three heads or something like that.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
So yeah,
you're unique and different, so there must be something wrong with you. People can't wrap their
yeah,
head around. I do get asked a lot, why would you do that?
yeah,
Why? Why would you want to look like that?
yeah. It's funny because like back in the 80s and 90s, that used to be on TV. You would look
Hmm.
at it and watch it. Like how you 36, so
Yeah.
maybe you a bit younger. You wasn't. I'm 48. I mean 49. I just turned
Oh,
49 and stuff. So but it used to be on TV, and
yeah.
you would see like some of the competitors on TV. It wasn't. I mean, they was on talk shows and stuff
Sure.
like that, but people was curious about it. So but then like you didn't really hear from it too much. Like
No, yeah, it wasn't just this overall common knowledge where everybody knew about it. Arnold set the pace for us. He totally changed the sport. But you're right.
yeah.
Before that, nobody really followed it. We didn't have a good ambassador of the sport.
Yeah, yeah. Like I remember like people that stood out for me was like Corey Everson and Linda Murray.
Linda
Yeah,
Murray, yeah,
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 because yeah.
yeah.
She
She's
yeah,
one of the great.
she's like how you feel about Andrea Shaw? Do you I know you
Huge fan.
she's like the
Huge fan.
goddess. Yeah, yeah, I
She
know.
is. I think the thing that really separates her from me, her physique is incredible. Nobody can deny that. I've seen her in person a handful of times. I've met her a few times. She's precious as could be. But if we can acknowledge her just from an objective standpoint, to have that sort of muscle mass and maintain femininity, that is impressive.
Yeah.
To still be an attractive woman and have muscle like that, that is impressive.
How do you like maintain your femininity?
I spend a crap load of money on it. No, I knew when I started this that there was going
Yeah,
to be some things that you have to do to maintain femininity. Luckily,
yeah,
I worked in medical aesthetics for like almost, oh, wow, that's weird to say, almost 20 years. So I'm pretty familiar with a lot of the procedures and stuff you can do. But I make it a point. I stay up on my skincare, my lasers, my Botox, my fillers, my surgical stuff. if I had a fear in bodybuilding is I don't ever want to lose a sex appeal or a femininity or still be a woman. I want to look like a woman. So I've made it a point. That's a fear of mine. Make sure I don't cross that threshold.
Yeah, there's some women that they kind of cross it a bit. Like there's this Russian bodybuilder. I forgot her name, but she's more masculine than feminine.
Some of them are, man, and it's different for everybody. The goal is different. You know, some of them are rocking shaves head and these different things that I could never pull off, but it works for them. And if they love it and they're happy, that's ultimately what matters. For me, I still want to feel like a woman. I want to look in the mirror and feel pretty still. I want to still feel beautiful with all the muscle and not feel like I'm teetering of, whoa, where's my hairline going? What's happening? You know, different things.
Yeah, and it's an expensive sport too. Like, you know,
very expensive.
Yeah. Well, you know, I did make this video, but you know, I don't know you want to see it, but it's from your Instagram. We could check it out a little bit.
Yeah, I want to see it. That was amazing.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
You had stuff in there that I just put up. That was amazing. Thank you.
Yeah. You know, my channel, you know, I basically kind of like I started like, you know, like as a YouTuber, you know, like showcasing, you know, female bodybuilders and stuff like that. I would like put them in slides, and then from slides I would like, you know, like take the videos and just hook it up. But I gotta be careful because, you know, not everybody appreciate it, and you know, I'm starting like tag, or I'll just ask like, hey, you know, I shared your content on my channel and stuff like that. Because I remember like last year, like 2 people, they kind of they gave me a strike. and I had to be very, very, very careful.
Oh no,
I was discouraged. I was like, oh man. And you know, the craziest thing, you know, like it gave me a purpose of being in social media, because I wasn't crazy about social media like that. So, you know, it was this bodybuilder that I liked. Her name was Tina Lockwood. And, you know, I always wanted to know what happened to her, because she was like a mystery, like her disappearance from the public eye. So, you know, I just, from then on, I just kind of I was like in some communities on Facebook and stuff like that. And, you know, I would take and slowly I started being on YouTube, and yeah, like I just started doing that. No, what made me like started interviewing people was through All the Rage George Page, because he would like interview people, and you know, I was like, hey, how you able to talk to these bodybuilders and stuff like that? And then he told me reach out to them, and that's when I started doing that. Yeah.
That would be intimidating. I still get nervous talking to people at shows, but at the end of the day, we love talking about this. We're passionate about it. It's not something you do lightly. If you're all in, we love sharing about it. I think it's cool. People just have to.
Do you have a YouTube channel?
No, I don't have a
Well,
YouTube or a TikTok, and I need to because people ask me constantly. It's just a
yeah.
matter of piecing it together. I did a little marketing and sales and stuff, so I have this idea. If I'm not ready to commit to it and do it correctly and blow it up, then I don't do it. I
Yeah.
don't
I
like the
mean,
half-ass or tiptoe stuff.
yeah. Maybe you could start off with just like putting like workout pictures, because some bodybuilders they do like workout pictures, or
Yeah,
like certain routines that they do and stuff like that. They document it. Yeah, there's a lot of them I follow. They mostly do that.
yeah,
So
that would
yeah.
be an easy thing to start with. And now I have you. You can give me tips on what do I put on this thing.
Yeah. I could help you a bit. Yeah. Because I've been doing it since like 2013. Yeah.
A
So
little longer
yeah,
than I have. Yeah,
yeah.
that's cool.
What? Yeah. What is your height like for a figure competitor? You seem a bit
5'8".
tall. Five
Yeah.
eight. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I
Yeah.
usually measure in at. So I'm right around there. I
Yeah.
get, I
You
get a
was
little
tall.
shorter feeling out, but
Yeah. You was taller than all the people on the stage.
that was a funny thing. The little physique dude next to me,
Yeah.
I don't know how tall he was. He might be 5'1". So I'm
Yeah.
5'8" with my 6-inch heels. I was towering over him. I usually am. I'm
Yeah.
usually the tallest person on stage, give or take.
Yeah. You looked it cool, like just doing the poses and stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. I mean, I wish you well, like this year, and hopefully you'll get to the Olympia. You know.
I think so. I feel like it'll happen. I'm never going to be Sydney Gillen. I'm not going to win Olympia. I'm realistic with that. I got the game too late. That's all good. But I at least want to get there.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like it's not a really popular sport like that. It's not like the football, like the Super Bowl or something like that. I like when you on stage, like, do you notice like there's a lot of people, regular people like me, or they're just bodybuilders?
No, they're usually bodybuilders or family or
Yeah.
friends or associated somehow. It's not, the Super
Yeah.
Bowl's today, and I don't really follow football, but it wouldn't be weird to go to the Super Bowl because it's this
Yeah.
huge sporting event that everybody knows about. Bodybuilding doesn't really work that way.
Yeah.
You're in the community somehow. If it's not bodybuilding, fitness community, the culture, something has pulled you there, usually.
Yeah, because when I attended the New York Pro last year, and it was like it was different, like, because it seemed like I was like the only regular person there. It's just nothing but jack people everywhere, and I'm like, wow, I'm like, yeah, and it just felt kind of like I felt out of place a
Did
bit,
you?
because it was like, yeah, because it's a different world and stuff. I mean, what amused me was the women, like, you women, like, you fascinating and stuff, and just looking at you guys and stuff. I didn't want to be creepy or anything, because
No,
I seen
it's
like
okay.
some people. Yeah, I did see some people with they man or boyfriend or husband, whatever, and I just like, I'm gonna back off, and I just recorded like the guys on stage, and
Oh,
I came late at the time.
yeah.
So I was able to see the guys perform in the women's bikini, and
Okay.
yeah. But I did meet somebody that I interviewed. Her name is Jess Falborn and stuff. Yeah. So
What division is she? That doesn't sound.
women's physique. Women's
Okay,
physique.
I'll have to
Yeah.
look.
Yeah. She lives in New Jersey and stuff. So
Oh,
yeah.
so that's convenient. She's close.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I think it's
Yeah.
awesome that you went. That's a prestigious show. You
Yeah.
picked a good one.
Yeah, cause I wasn't sure to go, and like people would kind of like encourage me to go. I was like, I don't know, and then I was like, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go,
Yeah.
and then following that, I went to a natural bodybuilding show, the OCB show, and
What
stuff.
did you think?
It was cool. I mean, the thing is, it was different than the New York Pro. At least the New York Pro, it's more spacious. They have more space, but it wasn't bad, but it wasn't all that great, like in terms of the space, because sometimes people like if they want to like leave like their seats on the row and stuff, you gotta move or get up, and it's a bit inconvenient, but it wasn't too bad. you know.
I've had a handful of clients do some OCB shows here, and they're usually at like a high school auditorium, whereas NPC are in these big convention centers and hotels and casinos and things. And I think it's just a funding issue. OCB is a relatively small federation.
Yeah.
They don't have the money that the IFBB and NPC does.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a bummer for them, but it's still cool. I think it's neat to see the difference. You can clearly see the difference between a natural league and a non-tested league.
Yeah. I'm just like the 23rd. You know, I'm planning to go to another OCB show in Atlantic City. Okay. So yeah. Hopefully I'll go, because I just need to kind of get the bus ride and stuff, because I already paid for it. So
well, then you gotta go. You're committed now.
Yeah. I gotta go. Yeah, I gotta go.
It'd be cool.
Yeah, but I don't want to take too much of your time, but I really appreciate you giving me the opportunity to talk with you.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. This has been fun, and getting to hear my story and highlight the sport. I absolutely love it. So thank you.
Yeah,
those videos you made were super, super cool.
I appreciate you saying that. Thank you. That motivates me, encouraging me to do more. Hopefully nobody don't give me a strike.
No more of that.
Yeah.
No, thank you. This has been fun.
Thank you. So we're going closing, folks. So have a good weekend and watch the Super Bowl if you're interested. I'm just ranting, but thanks again, everybody, for tuning in.
Thanks.